go to jail.
Show my victim.
The 12th of September, 2024. Redding, California. The late morning sun beats down over Becelli Lane as traffic moves steadily through the two-lane roadway. Among the passing vehicles, a single white sedan catches the eye of a patrol officer, with the Redding Police Department clocked well over the posted speed limit. The officer activates his lights, pulling behind the car. The sedan slows, drifting to the shoulder near a small strip of roadside businesses. The stop seems routine, the kind that happens dozens of times a day. But what begins as a traffic citation will soon turn into a struggle caught entirely on body cam. The officer approaches on the driver's side, introducing himself calmly. Behind the wheel sits 38-year-old Frederick Rick Phillips. He appears agitated, his voice already defensive. When asked for license, registration, and proof of insurance, he refuses. "I don't have to give you anything," he says. The officer explains the reason for the stop speeding and repeats the request. Phillips declines again, his tone hardening. The situation shifts from a traffic infraction to something more serious. The officer reminds him that under California law, a driver must identify themselves during a lawful stop. Phillips still refuses, arms crossed, insisting he's done nothing wrong. The officer gives a final warning, then informs him, "You're under arrest for failure to identify." What follows happens fast. Phillips tenses, one hand gripping the wheel, the other hovering near the gear shift. The officer orders him not to move, but Phillips begins arguing, his voice rising. The door opens. Body cam footage shakes as the officer reaches in, trying to gain control. Phillips resists, bracing himself against the seat. Commands echo, "Stop resisting, hands behind your back." The scuffle spills partially out of the car as Phillips twists, pulling away. The sound of the engine hums he's trying to put the vehicle into drive. For a tense few seconds, it becomes a tug of war between man and machine. The officer manages to knock the gear shift out of reach, struggling to keep control. "Stop! You're under arrest!" The commands repeat. Phillips continues fighting, voice defiant, legs kicking. As the officer attempts to restrain him, traffic slows around them. Some drivers record, others pull over. The confrontation has moved from a simple stop to a full-blown struggle beside the road. As the struggle continues, two nearby citizens notice the scene unfolding. One man from a parked vehicle steps out and approaches, calling out, "Do you need help?" The officer, still wrestling with Phillips, shouts, "Yes, help me hold him." Both men move in, one grabbing Phillips' arm while the other steadies his legs. Phillips continues to resist, pushing and twisting, his voice filled with anger. "You're not taking me in," he yells. The citizens and the officer work together to bring him to the ground safely. Body cam footage shows the moment Phillips is pulled from the driver's seat. His body hits the pavement, arms restrained. "Put your hands behind your back," the officer commands. After several tense seconds, cuffs are secured. The resistance stops. The bystanders step back, catching their breath. Traffic resumes slowly as additional units arrive. Phillips, now handcuffed, sits upright against his car, still protesting verbally but physically subdued. The officer retrieves the car keys, ensuring the vehicle is secure. Supervisors arrive and begin assessing the situation. The arrest is by the book. Lawful stop, multiple verbal commands, non-compliance, and eventual use of minimal necessary force. No weapons were drawn, No strikes recorded beyond control maneuvers. Still, the incident draws attention almost instantly. By the time Phillips is transported from the scene, word has already spread across social media. Short clips from passing motorists circulate online fragments of the confrontation without the full context. Comments pour in, some claiming excessive force, others defending the officer's response. At the police station, Phillips continues his protest, claiming he was struck 10 times during the arrest. The statement circulates online, quickly gaining traction among local pages and activist accounts. But the footage, complete and unedited, tells another story. Before being booked into the Shasta County Jail, Phillips is transported to a nearby hospital for evaluation. Medical staff examine him, documenting minor abrasions, but clearing him medically fit for custody. No head trauma, no serious bruising, no evidence of repeated strikes. Reading Police Department later releases a statement confirming the sequence of events. The initial speeding violation, refusal to identify, attempted resistance, and physical arrest assisted by 2 citizens. The department emphasizes the importance of transparency, noting that all body cam footage would be reviewed and made public. Days later, RPD addresses the viral claims head-on. Allegations that Phillips had been struck 10 times are labeled inaccurate. The footage, they explain, shows the officer using only approved control holds to prevent the suspect from shifting the car into drive. No baton, no strikes, and no punches are visible in the full recording. The video shows Phillips repeatedly attempting to move the gear shift, endangering not only himself but also the officer standing in the open driver's doorway. The bystander's intervention prevented a potential escalation that could have ended far worse. Phillips is formally charged with obstruction and resisting arrest. The department praises the citizens who assisted, calling their actions courageous and life-saving. Their quick response helped ensure no one was seriously hurt. Back on Becheley Lane, the day returns to normal. The traffic flows again. The only evidence of the morning's struggle is a faint mark on the asphalt where Phillips was restrained. The footage becomes a reminder how quickly a simple traffic stop can shift from calm to chaos. For the Reading officer involved, it reinforces the daily uncertainty of every roadside encounter. For the department, it becomes an example of transparency in the face of misinformation, how raw video tells the truth where rumors spread fastest. By week's end, the case file is complete. The officer returns to duty. The citizens who helped are thanked personally by the department. And another body cam record joins the growing archive of incidents that show, in unfiltered reality, what happens when law meets resistance on America's roads.